Hey you all, so I am aware that, I'm not consistent with my uploads and things like that, but I've already admitted to you all that I probably wasn't gonna be, so I'm not gonna keep apologizing because, I'm not sorry if I don't change it, so it is what it is. It'll get better at some point. This video though is going to be an introduction to something that I've decided I wanted to do here on my channel, which will probably make my uploads more frequent. I want to do a series called Kicking It with Kim. For those of you who know me personally, this type of video and this little series of videos will not surprise you at all, because if you know me, you know that I've always got something to say. I'm not afraid to say it. I don't care who's listening. If I need to switch up my wording for you, I'll do it. If I need to repeat myself and slow it down, I'll do that. But I want you to hear what I have to say, and I want you to understand me. I want to understand you also, but I want you to hear what I have to say. So this type of video is basically going to be maybe little mini rants, or me sharing my opinion on something, me kind of trying to shed a light on certain topics that I feel like should be being discussed more frequently and, with more severity. There's a lot of stuff going on right now. I feel like wherever you are, there is something going on where you live that, you're kind of like, and it's just a bunch of stuff in society, in the news, around us, going, through your daily life. There's some things that you're going to go through that other people have gone through. And so I'm the type of person, I feel like if I share my testimony and it can help someone else, then I'm doing my part. So this video is not going to be a testimonial video at all, but I will be sharing with you something that I'm going through and a solution that I'm going to try to do, and maybe this will help someone at home that's going through something similar to what I'm going through. So recently, I have been so stressed out. Everything kind of blew up in my face at once, like everything. You name it, it went left quickly, all within a week, okay? Just everything, yeah. So I, from time to time, find myself dealing with depression, and a lot of people understand it, a lot of people don't understand it, a lot of people think that means that you're just extremely sad. That's not the case. I, deal with some things that kind of affect the way that I think and the way that I feel, and it's really, really hard for me to be optimistic sometimes. A lot of the times I feel like, people are saying that the glass is half full and not half empty, but where is the rest of the water at? If you can't tell me that, that's the way I look at it. I want the rest of that water. That glass needs to be full. Don't give me that halfway filled glass. I do not want that. And I don't want anyone to misunderstand what I'm saying and think that I'm ungrateful or anything like that. I am fully aware that I'm very fortunate, or blessed, whatever term you want to use, to have everything that I do have. I have an amazing grandmother. I can't put into words how amazing she is. I have great friends, really long lasting friendships. I don't question my friends, their intentions. I don't question if they're being honest with me or not, or if they're doing something spiteful towards me, something malicious. So I'm really thankful for those things, because I know that everybody doesn't have what I have. But whenever someone tries to tell me, oh, but you have this and you have that, it makes me feel like, but I'm still hurting over here, but that still sucks, and I want something done about it. So in attempts to make me a little bit more optimistic, or in attempts to help myself feel better, I've decided to write things down. So many people have told me that writing it down is just beneficial for a number of reasons, for, whatever. A lot of the times if there's a person and I want to say something to, but I know like it's not the right time, or I can't really tell you that to your face just because like it's one of those conversations, I write a letter to the person, whether I plan on giving it to them or not. Write a letter, get it all out. And whether they hear it or not, you at least were able to express that. You know what I mean? And sometimes it helps you to think, okay, yeah, I'm tripping, or no, I was definitely not tripping. You were tripping, and here's why. So writing it down, helps you to express yourself. Also, it helps you for planning. A lot of times, I'll say, like, I know I need to do this, this, and this. None of it gets done. I don't know where my time goes. I feel like if it could be 25 hours a day, 8 days a week, things would be perfect. I would probably be a millionaire. I don't know. Probably not. But I just feel like if there was more time in the day or more days in the week that everybody could get so much more done. That's just my opinion. Maybe that's because I'm not organized. So if you write down to-do list, it'll help you get everything done. I write down now long-term to-do list, short-term to-do list. If there's something that I feel like needs to be done by the end of this month, I'm going to write it down and keep revisiting it. And I'm going to keep writing it down to remind myself, hey, you still haven't done that. If there's something that I need to do within the next 3 hours, I'm going to try to make myself write it down because it needs to get done. Also, budgeting. A big part of my stress is my lack of budgeting. You know, I make decent money. I make enough money to earn a living. But, of course, we all pull in more money than we see, if that makes more sense. You know on paper how much you make, and you know once you get home, you bought the groceries, your car's full, your bills are paid. You're like, do I have a job or not? Like, what happened? So that sucks, and I'm going to start making myself budget. I plan on writing down like a rough budget for, you know, every single month to month, all of the expenses, the bills, even fun, factor in fun. If you like wine, I like wine. So even in my budget, I plan on saying, okay, if a bottle of wine is $20, I'm going to put that in the budget, and I can't go over that. You have to write down your budget. You have to be really realistic with your budget, and you have to be honest with yourself. Like, okay, I know for a fact, even though I shouldn't, I spend my money on this. And if I don't include it in this budget, I'm still going to buy it. Just go ahead and write it in. It's okay. It's like that. Just be honest with yourself so that you can help yourself out. Some things that I have gotten or picked up to try to help me with this. This is my problem, y'all. I'm like, oh, I need that. I really need that. I have a need for it. I'm going to spend money on it, and I probably don't need it. But I bought these little books from Michael's a while ago, so I'm not sure if they still carry them. I believe that they were no more than $2 a piece. I have 4 of them. I can't find the other one. But this one is a to-do book, and it just has little sheets for you to do some planning. Write out your to-do list, like day by day. It's separated by day. Then I have a budget book. I haven't started writing in this yet because I've just been doing my like rough budget on notebook paper. I don't want to like mess my books up, so I want to get my numbers right and everything before I start writing in it. But if you look here, it has your bill budget for the year in the front. I hope y'all can see. And then it also breaks it down to your monthly budgeting, what you want to do for that month. And after that, here's a page for your expenses. So once I start writing in this book, I plan on using the expenses page just for like, this is what I bought, this is what I spent on it. If you go out to eat and you're tipping, include the tip in the expenses because it's a reality check. Oh my goodness. I wrote down for a week everything I bought down to gum and candy bars at the gas station, like to the very last cent. So much money is spent on crap. It's ridiculous, and I know I'm not the only one spending money on crap. So like I said, this will help you all too. This book is an inspiration book. I got this for myself because like I said, I deal with, you know, lots of pessimistic and negative thinking, and I'm really trying to change that and turn that around. So this book is a daily book, or you know, you're expected to write in it daily. But you have a section for your focus of the day, a quote of the day, like notes and thoughts and questions that you may have for yourself. That's all on this side of the book. And then on this side, so in my mind, I broke it down like, you know, I'm going to do this in the morning with my coffee and this with my sleepy time tea. So the next side says, today I'm grateful for, I learned my strengths, my weaknesses, I can improve by, and I challenge myself to. So that I just think that page is like a, okay, tie it all together, a summary page of how your day went. And then the first page is to, you know, prep it out, get ready for your day. This little book right here, the only reason that I bought this book, to be honest with you, is because of the little like clip binding that it has. I hope you can see that. Yeah, I used to love the little projects in like elementary school and things like that, where they would give you these big clips and they would just give you all this construction paper and you would just tear through all these magazines that somebody spent their money on, and I'm thinking about it now. But yeah, tear through the magazines and just make yourself a little flip book. So that's actually what I plan to do with this. I hear a lot of people say stuff about vision boards, and I had a vision board at home, but it wasn't really a vision board. I started it when I was really, really young, and it became more of like a picture collage and a collage of like old concert ticket stubs and movie ticket stubs and stuff like that. So I said that this book would serve kind of as my vision board, and I will put like, you know, pictures of things that inspire. So this will take it a step further from the inspirational book. It'll be like a pictorial of that. But like things that I want for myself, if I come past, you know, a picture of a house and I'm just like, wow, that, you know, that inspires me to plan for my dream home or something like that, I will put that in here. Another thing that I like about these little clips is I can add pages. I probably won't be able to add pages like this. I'm not really sure what this is made out of, but yeah, you could just add your little pages in here and, you know, make a little art project, keep your mind off some stuff. And then this last book I've had for quite some time. If you know me personally, you know, don't touch this book, don't reach for this book. If it's sitting on my table and it's in your way, come call me to get it. This book is my, I don't say diary, but my journal. Like, I have grocery lists in here, and I have like, you know, a few pages from college where I forgot my notebook and I needed to write it down this day. But most of this is just really raw emotion, really raw thoughts, you know what I mean? Like, I'm completely honest with myself because I'm the only one reading it, and that's why I'm so protective of this book and why I've had it for so long. But I'm really honest with myself because what happens is a lot of the times I go back and I read that and I'm like, wow, I'm in a much better place, or man, I'm glad I can laugh at that now, or I didn't really handle that well. This is some things, you know, that I could have done instead of what I did do. It's a really big reality check, and it's a growth check also. I like to say I date every single thing that I put in here. I date it because when I look back, I want to be able to know, you know, what place I was in at the time mentally, and, you know, in actuality, what was my environment. And then it's just nice to be able to look back and feel better about things. And the same way that I write letters to people that I don't plan on delivering, I write letters to myself that I do plan on going back and reading. If I do write a letter to someone and I want them to read it, I'll date it for like months out. In my previous relationship, I used to write him letters, and then I would date it for like 3 or 4 months down the line, and I would tell him about it, and he would be so excited to see what was in the letter. He would just constantly remind me like, okay, what day, what day, what day. So I write letters to myself and I date them, and then I go back and read them, and they, a lot of the times it's helpful, you know what I mean? Like, I write inspirational things to myself, and I write stuff to myself like, girl, it sucks, but you got this, girl, you got this. And then when I'm reading it, you know, months down the line, I'm like, I had that, I'm glad I ate that up, chewed it up, spit it out, you know what I mean? So I hope that all of this stuff ends up being helpful to you. If not, I hope you enjoyed this video anyway. If you would like to see more Kicking It with Kim type of videos, feel free to comment below, comment some topics that you would like for me to discuss. Feel free to hit me up on Snapchat, Instagram, anything that you want me to talk about with my Kicking It with Kim. You already know that I have so many things that I want to talk about, but this is just my precursor and my, you know, introduction into it. But until my next video, bye guys.